Welcome back to K24 Alfajiri, counting down to the last 30 minutes of the show. Today is Relationship Thursday, and our main focus is basically on communication in every relationship. I'm still here with Grace Kariuki, who is a marriage counselor, and DJ Soxy and Ann Kamau, right here, this lovely couple, taking us through this segment. And as I said earlier, before the commercial break, this is the right time for you to call in and tell us some of the issues and the obstacles that you have when it comes to communication. As we carry on with this discussion, I think we were talking about this off air. Some of the issues that we have in our relationship. And number one, when it comes to communication, is talking about stuff like how much I earn. Grace, when is the right time to talk about this? Is this before marriage or after I have married you? Is it okay for me to disclose to my partner how much I earn?
Oh yeah, usually, well, definitely when you are doing premarital counseling, when you're courting, when you're now, you know that you're going into marriage. But if you're dating, I don't see the importance of that. But if you are planning for your future together, one of the intimacies that we talk about in marriage is financial intimacy. And you cannot develop financial intimacy if you are not willing to disclose about your financial status. One of the things that is important, even before the how much do you earn, how much debt do you have? What are your financial obligations? So that I'm not getting into a partnership with you, I'm not getting into this marriage with you, and I find the following day, the house that we moved into, the following day the auctioneers are coming over. So disclose as much as you can during the courtship, and don't wait until you are married. That is going to be, it is going to create seeds of mistrust and distrust. And so when that happens, then the other person begins to feel very, slighted, so to speak. Yeah.
Okay. Sijui kama umesikia, because a lot of people are told by their mothers, especially mothers, they will tell you, pesa yako ni yako. Na ufungue account yako kando, usimwambie. Plan B. And then pesa yake ni yetu. Yes. Did you have this mentality when you're getting into this marriage?
Not really. And I think it's also because of my parents. I didn't see my mom having a plan B and a plan C. And I always tell Soxy, you're my plan A to Z. When this doesn't work out, I'll now start up another plan A to plan Z. Because I feel when you start putting aside, it's like you're also lying to him. It's like you're telling him, I don't trust you totally because I need this safe place where if you go, I'll come and land. So I don't really advocate for women to do that. If I have it, he needs to know. He needs to know I have a secret account.
Soxy, I'd like to know your sentiments on this one.
Yeah, I think I believe. There's no other account.
Look at you winking.
I think for us, our greatest issue when it comes to money, initially, was spending.
Okay, just hold on right there. We have a caller online, Dennis from Nairobi. Good morning, Dennis. How are you? Hello, Dennis? All right, it seems like we lost him. Okay. All right, yes.
So when we got married, she wanted us to have a joint account, which I felt it didn't add value, or it wasn't going to add value to our relationship. So those were some of the issues that we fought for the first few years, and maybe we still don't have a joint account. So I think I won. But
I think Dennis is back online. Good morning, Dennis. How are you? Hello. Good morning. Hello, Dennis. Once again, we lost him. All right.
So a joint account, she wanted a joint account, I didn't want a joint account. So I thought that would work best for us. And so for me, I did not really care whether she had another account elsewhere. It was okay, as long as I knew about it. But the way we spent our money was very, or it still is very transparent. This is how much I earn, this is how much we'll spend on this, this is how much we'll save, this is how much. But now you see, for women over the years, I've come to realize that you plan for my money, you plan, this is how much I've made. And I think that's where things start going wrong. Because I'm 100% disclosing how much I'm earning, how much I'm making, and I did this job and I made this money. But over time I realized you're actually planning for this money because you think it's there. I think we need to buy new sofas. These sofas don't. So where is the money coming from? You have money. See, last month, you did 4 jobs, and the first job it paid you. Then you actually,
yes.
she actually
I've been counting for you.
I've been counting for you.
Okay.
So you can't tell me you don't have money.
Yeah.
You actually have money. But now, on my end, I'm thinking, we need to save this for
the future.
For the future. And for a dry time, you know, we need to save this. But now for her, because of her personality, let's spend.
Okay.
And I think that's why people, I know now men are told that don't disclose to your wife
how much you earn. Kidogo to succeed, we have another caller online, Rionga from Embu. Good morning, Rionga.
Yes, how are you, madam?
I'm great, how are you?
Yeah, I'm also good.
Yes, do you have a question or a comment?
I just want to congratulate you because of the topic you are holding.
Thank you very much, yeah.
Actually, it is very educative.
Thank you. And thank you for watching K24.
Now, the only thing which I can say is concerning finances.
Okay.
You know, many times, the problem in families is related, it is because of finances. So you need to educate the public concerning the finances.
Yeah.
Whereby the woman or the lady is supposed to know that the man is the head of the family.
Okay.
And the man is supposed to respect the wife.
Okay. All right.
The children, they copy from their parents.
Okay.
So when the parents do not cooperate, you find that these children, even when they grow up, they will have the same problems.
Okay. All right.
So you have got a very nice topic.
Yes. Thank you.
Otherwise, may God bless you.
God bless you too. Thank you so much. We have another caller, James from Malindi. Good morning, James.
Hello.
Hi, James. How are you?
I'm fine.
Do you have a question or a comment?
Yeah, ile ambacho nilikuwa nataka kuuliza.
Uliza.
Ya, ni kwamba mimi nina mke.
Okay.
Lakini mara nyingi tunapokosana na mke wangu ni kwamba yeye hata nikiwa amenikasirisha, kwa mfano labda amenikasirisha na nimekasirika, yani kuniomba msamaha inakuwa ni shida kwake. Yani hata kama ni msamaha atakwambia kwamba kama unaona nimekukosea, yani kama unaona mimi sioni kama nimekukosea, na kama unafikiria labda nimekukosea basi naomba tu msamaha, lakini mimi sioni kama nimekukosea. Alafu jambo lingine, kwa sababu haya ni masuala ya ndoa, naona labda mtanisamehe nitauliza jambo lingine la sini sana. Kile ambacho ni kwamba kuna wakati labda namhitaji mke wangu aidha kwa ajili ya kufanya mapenzi na yeye. Unakuta mimi naweza nikamuuliza, ninapojisikia kufanya mapenzi na namuuliza kwamba naomba tufanye mapenzi. Lakini yeye na kama sijamuuliza upande wa yeye pia, kama yeye anataka hawezi akaniuliza. Kwa hivyo ninaweza nikanyamaza, hata anaweza akanyamaza hata mwaka mzima bila kuniambia yeye anataka kufanya mapenzi na mimi. Sasa nashindwa kuelewa mimi nisipomuuliza, yani kwa jumla ni kwamba nisipomuuliza kuhusu kwamba tufanye mapenzi, yeye hawezi akaniuliza.
Okay.
Hata imalize mwaka. Sasa sifahamu kwa jumla nashindwa kuelewa kwamba yeye huwa hajisikii na mimi au ni mimi ndio najisikia. Kwa sababu najua. Okay, sawa.
Asante, James. Okay, thank you very much. I think we should address those issues. And they're very deep issues, you know. And we should start with Ronga, who was talking about, you know, having a partner who's always right. They're always right. And apologizing is such a big deal to them. Yeah. And that was the next point that I was actually coming to Grace. If you have someone who thinks they're always right, how do you communicate?
First of all, we've talked about personality types. Yes. So if you're an introvert, introverts or melancholics, they tend to really be perfect. You know, they want everything to be perfect. So when you show them that they have done something wrong, usually they become defensive or they try to explain everything. And so dealing with a person like that is a challenge, because then you never feel that they are hearing you. But understanding where they are coming from is actually a good thing, because then you need to know that it has nothing to do with you, that this is them. Because normally what happens, if and unless somebody has other issues, if it's purely because of personality types, I just don't feel right when I have done something wrong and I want to rectify. Later on, they do come and say, I am sorry about 1, 2, 3. So it's usually a difficult one. If you're with a person like that, what you need to do is not to personalize it. Don't make it a thing. Understand that's the way they are, and then learn how to navigate through that. So as long as you have expressed to them how you feel, how they respond to you is not necessarily your goal. Your goal will be, I need them to hear what I'm saying. And I have seen where people have actually changed without actually coming and saying, I apologize, I'm sorry, I've been wrong. But they change their behavior. And so don't focus too much on the behavior that they are not changing or continuing to deal with this person and fighting about you don't listen to me, but actually understand that person. Like they said, we understand each other's personalities, and so you navigate through that, or you negotiate through that. And then the other thing is, communication about difficult issues needs to be done in a very neutral environment. Don't do it when you're triggered. Actually there's something that we call a bucket list, and you put your complaints there, and then you choose a day. On Thursday night, that's our day to look through the bucket list. And then we choose one, and we say, and I will say this, I will say that own how you feel about your partner. Tell them, I have noticed, I have observed that when I speak to you, you tend to be defensive, or you tend not to accept your mistakes. And I understand that's the way you are. And I want you to know that sometimes it hurts me because I feel like you diminish how I'm feeling. And I would like for you to make an effort, at least to tell me that you understand where I'm coming from.
Okay, and then the other issue that James brought up is the bedroom matters, you know. And he says, you know, if I don't ask for it, she will never. We can actually go for 1 year without talking about it.
Now, let me put it this way before the couple tell us.
Yes.
Let me put it this way. Love making is not about sex. Love making is about a lifestyle that we need to create for ourselves. This loving relationship, close intimacy in so many ways, intellectually, even emotionally and mentally, we have connected. And I'm loving you throughout the day. When I'm sitting, if you don't like to talk, I come and sit with you and I rub your back. I come and when I pass by you, you know, I hit you somewhere to just show that I'm interested in you. I still find you attractive. I need compliments are so important for that couple relationship, so that the bedroom is not the time that we love.
It has to be 24/7, 365.
Yeah,
in different ways.
In different ways. I'm calling you during the day. Hey, hi, babe. Now, this is the thing. When I see on your phone that you have called somebody else babes, and I never hear you call me that,
babes,
then I'm going to go into first of all, I'm going to feel that you are giving out something that belongs to me.
But even if you call me babes and you call someone else babes, I think I will feel like you're taking a part of me and, you know, and sharing it with someone else. So back to the two of you, let's talk bedroom matters. And I'm not asking about yourselves, sorry. This is not your therapy session, just to clarify. But like, how important is that communication when you're married? Because we've had a lot of people say, you know, when you're married, you now become more brothers and sisters, you know, and even being sexual is not really a thing, or calling each other babes fades with time. How important is this communication, Anne?
I think what I've learned with the 7 years of marriage, there are different phases you go through. You know, most people say it's the man who always asks, but you'll find in marriage, even the woman will want at some point. So it's what she has said. It needs to be a full circle thing. He needs to call me during the day, or I need to call him during the day. I need to tell him he looks nice in the morning. He needs to tell me I look nice. Such things, they contribute to making it easier even to ask, or even to have bedroom matters. So I think it's a full circle kind of thing.
And you actually don't need to ask. I don't think we've ever got into a place where you have to ask now, can I Koreamondo you?
It feels funny.
It feels funny.
Yes.
Yeah. It is with what you say about communication. There's a way that I'll know that she wants, and there's a way that she'll know that I want. With how maybe what I'll do. There's just a way you get a chemistry where you know and you gel. And something else. I remember one of the fights that we used to have in the past. The first years was going to bed at the same time because I don't sleep early. Still have, but I don't sleep early. You know, because I'm more productive maybe at night. But she sleeps very early. Then eventually I came to realize even the conflict is not necessarily the sleeping early. It's because maybe she knows that this
time
really has to happen at night time during after supper. So you know, so it means that if we are not sleeping at the same time, it's not happening.
It's not going to happen.
Yes. So eventually now you come up with a different. It does not necessarily have to happen at that time or in bed. Yeah.
Okay.
Per se.
All right.
But you come up with something that works for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let's just shift gears a little bit and talk about social media, because the two of you, you know, you've been married for 7 years. Right now, social media is very popular, and most of the time, you have said that you spend most of the time on social media. Yes. Both of you have agreed. And Grace, I don't know how social media has affected us and the way we communicate to our partners. Because even, as you've mentioned, that you will see someone liking another girl's photo on social media, or, you know, just talking, even if it's with your boys, but you spend most of the time on social media. How does it affect our relationships, especially now these current times, where someone like Soxy now has to be on social media because he's a brand and his job, you know, it demands him to be very active on social media.
Yeah, what we need to do is to balance. We need to understand that social media is part of our lives now, but we do need to balance. We do need to make sure that we are not taking away the time that we are supposed to be spending with our spouses, the time that we are supposed to be giving to the family. So that the other day I told someone, I said, when you get to the house, please turn off your laptop, because you know it's like we do supper and then I go to work, and my wife and my kid, they go to bed. Let's turn it off, and the thing about going to bed together is very important. And then please don't go to bed and sit and start doing your texting. So let's leave the phones.
Do you do that?
She does that.
She does that.
Let's leave the phones. Let's kind of tell each other. Let's have a conversation about what are the boundaries around social media. And there is a lot of fight about you are liking this picture, you're always chatting with these people on social media. The reason why that is there is because I'm not getting what I need from you. And so now I'm going to find a way to communicate. I usually tell couples, don't fight about the phone. Say, what has happened to us? Do you feel the disconnection I feel? Then we will be able to talk. When I say, why are you talking to Nyambura? Who is Nyambura? Who is she? Then we fight about Nyambura. And we fight about the phone. But the real issue is that we have lost a connection between the two of us. So social media, we need to have boundaries around that. And one of those boundaries is that when we get into the house, then it's time for us to put the phones away. I am a victim of that, of the going to bed with the phone.
Yes, or waking up in the morning and the first thing that you do is to get on social media to see, what did I miss you know, over the last 6 hours?
So we as couples, we have to protect our relationship by understanding social media is great, but it can become an addiction that affects our relationship.
Okay. So, is this something that you have discussed before with her?
Yeah.
Maybe to tell her, I think you need to stop this. I think.
Yes, Kwanza bringing work at home. She would work up to 1, 2 a.m. on the laptop.
Wow.
Yeah. And so that I think for us was one of the big issues, that she comes home, but she's still working. You know, that was then social media. Before we got married, she used to say that I spend a lot of time on social media. But actually, after we got married,
he taught me how to be on
social
media.
How to use social media. Okay.
But actually, she spends more time on social media than I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So, and again, when it comes to those maybe liking photos, you know, those things. To say, basically what you're saying, when your relationship is okay, there won't be those issues. But when your relationship is not okay, or when you feel like you're drawing apart, that's when she'll have those issues.
All right.
One thing we actually acknowledged, tying to something that you said also, is we sort out our issues out of the house.
Yeah,
absolutely.
The bucket list works.
Yes, we have a date night where we go out and you just say your issues, I say my issues, and we sort out, you know, because we have to be civil, you know, when you're in a restaurant, no one will shout.
Yes.
Yeah, no.
She will not shout, he will not shout. Okay.
Yeah, don't shout. But
no, and also what that helped me with, actually, because me, I speak what I see. I don't know how to sieve, and it helped me to think, because we are meeting on Monday, I've prepared, and success is the kind, come with flip charts, come with graphs, justify everything. So it has made me think what I'm going to tell him.
Okay.
Before I just used to put it on the table, and
now,
it would hurt him.
Because she would say something that I would not forget, but we'll sort out this domain, but you'll have told me something that I'll never forget for the rest of my life.
All right.
Yeah.
Real quick, before we wind up, Grace, you brought up something that is very important, and that's, you know, communicating and in terms of letting the other person know that, okay, I have male friends. Before you two met, you had your male friends, you had your female friends, okay? How are you supposed to, how do you drop this, you know, friends from the opposite sex just because now you have a man? And when do you introduce this person? Where are the boundaries?
Right. Now, this is the thing. We don't want to go into the extremes.
Yeah.
So where I keep all my friends, or I drop or I drop them. During the courtship, this is where communication as a couple needs to happen. During the courtship, let's talk about these friends. Of course, now you are introducing your exclusive other to your friends and to the people who are close to you. So if I say to my husband that my husband to be, when we are courting, that I don't like Alice, I feel I have something that makes me feel uncomfortable, the way she talks to you, and then he says, oh, she was my childhood, I would expect, and this is the thing that couples need to do for each other, we need to protect one another, emotionally protecting one another, and by saying, oh, tell me more about why you feel like that about Alice. Understand. There is a lot of times we are communicating so that and I'm listening to you so that I can formulate my reply, but I want to listen and understand where you are coming from, even though it makes me uncomfortable, because when we have that breakthrough, then we come closer, and it's going to be easy for me to draw boundaries. So we are not dropping, but we are creating boundaries. It is very important, because if we don't do that, then the other person feels like they are, you know, the wheel, the third wheel that is coming along.
Third wheel.
And so it's important to, because this is the person I want to spend the rest of my life with.
All right. Have you ever gone with a female friend to a date that you had invited her, just because you want to see this, like especially when you're starting this relationship, because you have this this female friend who's been in your life for quite a long time, and you need her opinion on your new girl? Have you ever tried that?
No, but up to today, there are people that we meet.
Yes.
We had. I've been in different youth groups for a very long time. Right? So even today, there are people that I'll meet, there are female friends that I'll meet that will be so excited to meet that she'll be like, so who
is that?
Who is that? Because I've never heard about her.
Like that?
Yes, I've never heard about her, but she looks like you guys had something, you know. And yeah, even today, there are still those moments where we meet, or he meets friends, male friends, who she'll tell me, that was Nini, who actually people who, but over time, the people that I was very close with in the past, it just kind of just died off slowly.
Okay.
We're still friends, but we never interact as much. Yeah.
Your better half comes first.
Yes.
Okay, because of time, we have to end this conversation there. And I feel so sad because I really wanted to carry on with this conversation. But thank you so much, Grace Kariuki, for coming through. Did you succeed? And Kamau, thank you so much. We really do appreciate it. And thank you for taking that game. You know, not everybody could dare do that. And thanks to you back at home for being very interactive and giving us your views on all the segments that we've had today. And know, Jeff, when it comes to matters communication in every relationship, they say number one is money. Number two is communication. Yeah. If you're not communicating, then your relationship is basically as good as dead.
And of course, also, like I told you, at the end of the day, you need to remember number 3. She's always right, and you're the husband. You remember those 3, you're good to
I
go.
don't know about that. She's always right. Okay, thank you. That's it for Relationship Thursdays. We shall see you again tomorrow. Hangout Friday?
Of course, Friday Eve done. Tomorrow it's Friday proper right here. It's a Hangout Friday from 6 in the morning. So much to go through, but you have to, draw the curtains on this one. It has been absolutely fantastic.
Yes. I have been your host, Sarah Ndanuteshna.
I'm Jeff Mote.
And of course, I'm Shiko Kaitani.
Bye. Bye.